Every single week is just jam-packed with headlines, right? But the real stories, the ones that are actually shaping our future, they're often happening just below the surface. So today, we're going to connect the dots between some key appointments, big international wins, and some really groundbreaking projects from early September 2025. It's all about revealing the momentum that's quietly moving our world forward.
So, how do we find the signal in all that noise? Well, we're going to look right past the usual breaking news alerts and piece together some events that might not seem related at first glance. And by the end, I think you'll see this hidden picture of progress and change start to come into focus.
All right, first up, leadership. The whole direction of a country can really shift depending on who's in charge. And in early September, we saw some major new captains taking the helm at several of India's most critical institutions.
Let's start with the courts. On September 5th, Justice Mr. Chandra Sekhar was officially sworn in as the permanent Chief Justice of the Bombay High Court. Now, he was already the acting chief, so this move really solidifies the leadership at one of the country's most influential courts. It's all about stability.
Okay, shifting gears to finance. The Reserve Bank of India reappointed R. Gandhi as the chairman of Yes Bank. And look, this is more than just a routine thing. Gandhi is a 37-year banking veteran and a former RBI deputy governor. That's a huge vote of confidence in steady, experienced leadership for the bank.
And staying in the world of high finance, there was a major move over at Citibank. They've brought on Kaustup Kulkarni to be their new co-head of investment banking for the Asia-Pacific. Snagging a top talent who spent nearly 3 decades at JP Morgan, that is a huge win for Citi and a real shakeup for the entire region.
Now let's talk energy. Bhupendra Gupta is the new chairman and managing director of NHPC Limited. This puts him right at the top of India's premier hydropower utility, a company that is absolutely central to the country's goals for a greener, more sustainable future.
So let's just take a quick step back here. What does all this tell us? Well, we're seeing new, really experienced leaders stepping up in the judiciary, in banking, and in the energy sector. The trend is pretty clear. It's a major focus on stability and proven expertise to guide these critical institutions forward.
So, while new leaders are taking their posts at home, others are out there making their mark on the world stage, and that's happening everywhere from the high-stakes political arena to the creative arts.
First, let's take a quick trip to South America, where Muhammad Irfan Ali has been re-elected president of Guyana. His People's Progressive Party locked in a second term, which means continued leadership for a nation that's becoming more and more important, both economically and strategically.
From a victory on the political stage, let's jump to a historic win on the creative one. The only clue I'm giving you is this number, first. So what groundbreaking achievement could this possibly represent? Well, it marks a history-making moment for the world of cinema.
Anuparna Roy has become the very first Indian woman ever to win the Best Director Award at the super prestigious Venice Film Festival. This is just a monumental milestone, not just for her, but for all of Indian cinema and for female directors everywhere. It's huge.
She won for her film Songs of Forgotten Trees, and it was in the festival's Horizontes section. Now, this is really significant because that category is specifically designed to celebrate new trends and emerging talent. So her work isn't just being praised, it's being hailed as the future of filmmaking.
Okay, so from powerful leaders and artists, we're going to turn to some powerful ideas. Our final section looks at 2 initiatives that are shaping a better future. One for our planet and one for our own well-being.
Over in India, a landmark green hydrogen pilot project is now officially live. This is a total game changer. The process is pretty straightforward. First, you harness renewables like wind and solar. Second, you use that clean power to produce hydrogen fuel. And third, that green hydrogen can then power heavy industry and shipping, which drastically cuts carbon emissions. This isn't just a theory anymore, this is decarbonization in action.
And finally, let's look at a quieter, but just as vital area of progress, our health. September 8th was World Physiotherapy Day. It's an event that honors the professionals who work so hard to keep people all over the world healthy, active, and living their fullest lives. And for 2025, the theme is Healthy Aging, which is a goal I think we can all get behind. It's a global push to make sure we can all maintain our health and our independence as we get older, all thanks to physiotherapy and just staying active.
So when we connect all these dots, what's the big picture? We see a world that is very much in motion.
You've got experienced leaders taking charge, you have historic barriers being shattered in the arts, green innovation is moving from an idea to a reality, and there's this growing global focus on our long-term health. Each one of these is a piece of a much larger story of forward momentum.
And that brings us right back to where we started. All of these events, from the high-level appointments to groundbreaking new tech, are shaping what's coming next. It really leaves us with a final thought. Which of today's quiet headlines, the ones you might just scroll right past, will end up becoming tomorrow's defining history? Thanks for tuning in.